Hello everyone, this is Chelsea from Those With Words. Welcome to the channel. It's been a while since I've done one of these real-time chatty videos, but I thought I would hop on here and discuss my low spend progress so far this year. The last time and the first time I did an update this year was way back in April of this year, so it's been about 7 months since the last time I checked in, and I thought I would just revisit what I have purchased since then, some reflections of my own spending, and some thoughts for 2025. So let's go ahead and get started. So like I said, since the last time that I checked in April, I have gotten a good amount of things. So first off, to start, I got these refills back in June. So this is the cream tape from Plus, and this is a dot liner refill from Kokuyo. It's for the knock kind. So these are supplies that I use pretty often. So it's correction tape and the tape runner refill that I purchased in June. And this in itself, I didn't think it was too bad. Again, these are supplies that I use pretty regularly. So that is what I got to kind of start off the summer. And then in August, Art Toolkit, which is a watercolor kit brand that I really love, collaborated with Case for Making to create this really cute and fun Rain Glow palette. And basically it offers a bunch of different fluorescent colors, and I really don't have anything like this in my collection. And it comes in a tiny demi palette of this size, so it's super cute. And I have actually used this quite a bit since then to fill my commonplace book with really fun quotes. So this I actually really enjoy. And as shown here, the different colors are really beautiful, and I really love the way that everything comes together. So that is something that I purchased upon release in August. And then after that came the San Francisco Pen Show. This is one of the things that I bought from the pen show. I also have a haul in a separate video, which I'll link in the description box down below. But yeah, this is a Little Lou San Francisco Pen Show exclusive insert, and I had a lot of fun just documenting the whole pen show here, including pictures and, notes from friends and things like that, different stamps that I collected throughout the show. But I did buy a couple of things from the show, including some stationery, a special portrait by Little Lou, who was hosted by Pinky Elephant at the show, etc., etc. So I did spend some money at the San Francisco Pen Show. And in retrospect, I'll get into this in a little bit, but I feel like this was a bit of a floodgates opening, if you will. But yeah, so I did spend some money, which I did expect at the pen show. So there is that. And then at the very end of August, or I should really say September 1st, but I ordered this August 31st Pacific time, was the Hobonichi order that I made. So the big thing that I got this year was this 5-year set. So this is the gift set, which comes with this gorgeous box. I love how this looks. And inside it comes with this gorgeous cover, which is very pristine. And it comes with this pencil board as well. This is the Iyo Okumi 5-year gift set. And I have not opened any of this yet because it is so pristine and very white. So I don't want to get it dirty before I use it, if I can help it. But yeah, it comes with this beautiful cover. This is actually not a part of it. This was from kind friends who went to the Hobonichi pop-up in LA, and they grabbed one of these for me, so I'm just keeping it together. But this gift set came with the 5-year book and the cover and this beautiful box again, which I feel like will make a really great storage box for the expanded 5-year, because I think eventually this will grow much larger. So I did some testing here, and here is the 5-year. I won't get into this too much. I have a Techokaigi video coming up pretty soon to talk about this more specifically, so I will get into it then. But basically this was my last purchase of August 2024. And this particular gift set was a hefty purchase, but at the same time, I am hoping to use this for the next 5 years, from 2025 to 2029. So I thought it was a worthy investment. So I'll put that off to the side here. And then in September, one big purchase I made was actually from Tokubetsu Memory, the shop. I gave myself a belated birthday gift because I knew that it would be arriving a little bit later in October. And I do have a video about that as well, which I'll also link down below. Everything has already been organized into my various folders of stickers and PET samples and such, so I don't really have a particular item to show you, but I have been really enjoying the stationery that I carefully chose. I waited until Judy from Tokubetsu Memory was finished with her personal shopping at this really, really large Creative Expo event in Taiwan, and she restocked her shop with really interesting and fun new stationery, and I chose to buy a lot of samples instead of full rolls and other items that I might have been tempted by had I participated in that Creative Expo personal shopping experience, which I have done before in past years, but this year I decided to wait for her shop restock and then just carefully pick out the things that I really, really wanted instead. So that is something I did in September. In October, I unexpectedly shopped a D-stash from a dear friend, Christiana Writes, on Instagram. So these are just two of the notebooks that I'm showing you that I purchased from her D-stash. But this is the 1/1 Studio notebook. And then there's also a Kanso Sashi, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Tomoe River booklet. And these are the standard size traveler's notebook refills. But I also bought a couple extras of the Nanami paper B6 Slim. I have one in use right now as a commonplace book that I started this year, but it's basically a Tomoe River paper grid notebook. It's really plain, and this is in the B6 Slim size, which I really enjoy. So yeah, this is just a really simple one. And again, it's from Nanami Paper, and the ones that she was selling or destashing were all old Tomoe River paper. If you want to read more about it, I'll try to find some resources down below that probably explain it far better than I can. But basically, the old Tomoe River paper made by Tomoegawa as opposed to the new Tomoe River paper, which is made by Sanzen. There are some differences between the two, and when I tested the 5-year paper from Hobonichi, which is Sanzen Tomoe River paper, to be fair, the Hobonichi Sanzen paper is thinner than a lot of the other brands that are using Sanzen TRP. So that probably has to do with some of the bleed through and other things that I experienced that I didn't particularly love. But regardless, after that experience, I still decided to keep the 5-year and, figure out a pen and ink pairing that's suitable for this paper next year. But in the meantime, for my commonplace book or just other things, I just wanted to re-experience the original or the Tomoegawa TRP, that's a mouthful, that I know I can throw fountain pen ink on, I can throw watercolors on, I can stamp lightly and not be too worried about it. Basically, you know, the TRP that a lot of stationery lovers know and adore. So I wanted a few backups of these because they're just really good quality notebooks and they lie flat, and I really enjoy the simple grid layout. So I purchased, I think, 2 extras of these from her, as well as these 2 refills that I just showed you. So that was something that I didn't particularly plan for, but when Christiana was destashing them, I thought it would be a really good future investment. And I know that I'm pretty good with using up notebooks and refills, so I will get to everything eventually. So yeah, it feels really good to have some solid backups of the old TRP. And then that brings us to November, which I just went to the road trip event from Traveler's Company, and I bought a couple of things there, but just most notably these 2 items, this brass clip right here, which I started using pretty much immediately after the event. And then I also got the sticker set, which is lovely. I used one of them already as well, and I'm just keeping the rest in here. But I really enjoy this edition. I held back on getting the tote and the Traveler's Notebook cover because I have a lot of totes and I also have a lot of Traveler's Notebook covers, so I resisted those, but I got these 2 things and a refill of the accordion fold paper, which I love. I told myself I would only buy another one of these if I completely ran out of them, and I did. I don't have any of this refill left with me anymore, so I thought I would get one because I love using this refill. And then obviously I got the spiral notebook from the Viking event, which I signed up for a slot. I could have signed up for 2 or 3 if I really wanted to, but I figured I would just make the one. And I'm actually glad that I did because I used up all of the time in the 45-minute time slot. Not that they kick you out after the 45 minutes or anything. They let you take your time once you get into your appointment, but it was a lot to go through all the papers and reconfigure everything to, you know, exactly what you would like and such. I will also link that video down below. I have a vlog and just kind of an overview of this entire notebook and everything that I just posted last week. So that was something, as soon as the event was announced, I knew that I would be going. I knew that I would be making one notebook and buying some of the road trip items. So that was something that I was able to budget for earlier on. And then last but not least, there was a Superior Labor sample sale pretty recently. And that's another thing similar to the notebook destash that I shopped that I wasn't exactly expecting. The Superior Labor is a lifestyle and leather brand from Japan, and I have loved their products for a long time now. I've showcased a lot of their canvas products as well, and just various pen cases and things on this channel. And yeah, they had a sample sale, which they don't have necessarily every single year. I tried kind of looking through to see how often they have these sample sales, and it's like almost once a year, but then sometimes it's like every 1.5 years or something like that. Like there's not a fixed time period in which they do a sample sale every year, I don't think. And I have never shopped their sample sale before, and I will include the images of the 2 items that I bought on the screen, so you can kind of get a better idea. They are on the way to me, and I'm very excited to receive them. So I got a leather pouch, and I also got a pen case, which I initially passed on when it was released, I think all the way back in 2021, I want to say, the Cordovan leather release, which was a couple of years ago. And at the time, I looked at the pen case. I really loved the burgundy one with the brown leather inside, but I passed on it at the time because the price point was just like a little bit too high for me for a pen case. And then later on, I kept seeing the Cordovan pen case popping up in different places, and I did have some regrets on not getting that one because I just really, really loved that particular color combination. And I don't have any zip pen cases from the Superior Labor. So when I saw that they were having a sample sale, I thought, let's just look, let's just look to see what's there. And I actually found the Cordovan leather pen case in the exact combination that I was looking for. And it was still a little pricey, but it was heavily discounted from the original price because it is a sample sale. Their sample sale items are not used items, but there might be like small imperfections and little scratches here and there or marks or something like that, which makes them not usable for like full price sales, but it's perfect for a sample sale. So I thought, sure, I will grab this right now because this is something that I have thought about for the last couple of years, and I'm like, I really should have gotten that, but it's okay, maybe it'll find its way to me someday. So it was a very opportune moment to buy it. So I did purchase that. So those are all the things that I have purchased since the last update. I think in April, I was saying that I was doing pretty well with not really buying any, stationery related items for the year. And I'm just going to have these items out here for you to just look at, just so it's not just me talking and waving my hands around. But yeah, so let's get to the reflection of the spending part. I think I predicted that the latter half of the year would be more spendy, and I was right. That tends to happen when I buy some Techo Kaigi items, and there's the pen show and, Hobonichi release, all of these other things. And it tends to pile up more in terms of my spending in the latter half of the year. So that prediction was right. And like I was saying earlier, the SF Pen Show in particular was a little bit of a floodgates opening. So I was so good about not really spending money on these things until a certain time period. And then this sort of came along and opened some floodgates to my wallet. So that was a little bit unexpected, and I did indulge a little bit more than maybe I should have at the San Francisco Pen Show. So that's something for me to think about in terms of 2025 spending planning. So what that tells me most importantly is that I am not a no spend person, because if I were to do a very strict no spend, I would maybe find one opportunity to buy something, and once I do purchase it, it'll be like that floodgate effect again where I'm like, ooh, now I feel like I can shop and like buy more stuff. So I need to be more mindful about that next year. In terms of Techo Kaigi, kind of going back to it really quickly, it wasn't too bad. This 5-year set, or this gift set from Hobonichi, is definitely a treat, but otherwise I have really only bought like the plotter Bible size 2025 refills. I think I got one pencil board along with this as well. It was like a week's size pencil board that I want to use in the plotter too. So those are kind of along the lines of the only things I bought for 2025. And to me, that's not too bad. And again, this particular item is like a 5-year investment that I'm considering. So yeah, so that wasn't too bad in terms of money spent. And then 2 things that I already mentioned that were sort of unexpected, but I thought were very much worth the money, were my friend Christiana's old Tomoe River paper notebook D-stash. And I really picked the sizes that I know I already love and will use. And then the Superior Labor sample sale, which this was my first time shopping it, and depending on, how everything is, I'm still waiting on the items, but I'm fairly certain I will be satisfied with them. And if I am, then in the future, that's an opportunity for me to look out for. So instead of maybe buying everything full price, if I can wait until a sample sale and sort of shop my selections then, depending on whatever they have available, that might be something that's more suitable for me. And then up next for me to deal with slash resist are all of the Black Friday, Small Business Saturday types of sales that are happening actually now. As I'm recording this video, it is mid-November and Black Friday is not for a little while, but I think Black Friday sales in the US are just getting earlier and earlier. And so a bunch of brands are already doing them, which, I'm like, oh, wow, I didn't realize it was this early. But I'm really hoping to hold back on everything that's stationery related because looking at all of this on the table is enough for me to realize like I really don't need to buy anything else for the rest of this year. So I'm hoping to hold back on everything. A really good example of this is actually a bag from 1.61 Soft Goods. I will again put a picture of it on the screen here. It's the banker satchel. I've been wanting this bag for, I want to say at least a year now. And 1.61 is doing something really interesting this year where they're taking pre-orders throughout November for 15% off, I think until almost the end of this month. And then afterwards, they're going to work on, producing throughout November and December and ship out everything around mid-December. So as much as I was tempted, it's a little difficult for me to predict what kind of bag I'll enjoy using next year. So I've mentioned this in a video a couple months ago, but my partner and I are expecting a little baby to join the family at the end of this year or at the very beginning of next year. So, realistically, if I buy something then it ships mid-December. I'm not really going to be able to use it until the new year, but by then the little baby will be here and I have no idea what life is going to be like. We are first-time parents, so I don't know that I'm going to be using a particular bag that much. We have big bags and like big backpacks ready for diaper bags and stuff, so I'll probably rely on those more. Realistically speaking, because of that, as much as I wanted this bag and as great I think as their deal is for my current life stage, I think I should wait another year to see what I need, right? Like what I would want versus what I actually need and what I'll actually use. So long story short, that's one item and one example where I have wanted it for a long time. There's a good opportunity for me to buy it, but I think it's probably for the best that I just wait on it a little bit longer. And hopefully, the bag design and everything will still be around next year. All right, this video is getting chatty as enough it is, so I appreciate you sticking around, really quickly sharing some thoughts for 2025. So like I said, I don't think I can do a no spend because that is going to really open the floodgates should I really get like one thing and then it'll just kind of snowball from there. So let me actually get my plotter. So I keep a list in my plotter of some of the things that I have wanted for a long time, and this was like a really quick 2024 spending page that I had made at the beginning of this year to think through my spending for this year. And some things that are still left over on my wish list. One of them is a camel regular size traveler's notebook because I just don't have that particular color in the regular size TN. But I think I'm sort of waiting for that perfect special edition limited something in the camel color that I am absolutely in love with. For example, if Traveler's Company were to do like a bakery theme or like a coffee theme in this color, I would be, 100% in. Just some examples that I'm randomly thinking of. Another thing that I have been waiting for is a Pilot capless or vanishing point pen in a colorway or design that I absolutely love. And I haven't just come across that particular, oh my goodness, I love this so much yet. I have definitely tried this pen. You know, a bunch of my friends have this pen. I have also tried it at the pen show across many years in San Francisco pen show. I just haven't figured out a specific colorway or design that I really, really love yet. So that's something that I am sort of like waiting for. Other fun things that I can think of are maybe some Year of the Snake items that I absolutely love because I am a snake in the zodiac, so it's my year, quote unquote. So I'm excited to maybe buy some stickers or I don't know, something I can use up within 2025, hopefully. But basically, the rule is quote unquote absolutely love, right? And of course, I'm going to do some general budgeting, but unless I absolutely love something, I am going to try and hold back for next year, especially because I'm probably not even going to be aware of a lot of product releases next year. It's going to be a bit of a blur, especially for the first few months with the new baby. So I'm not really expecting myself to check on like what's available and stuff like that. I imagine I'll be pretty sleep deprived and getting used to being a new parent. So yeah. But overall, just this year, I think made me again realize that I'm not necessarily like a strict no spend person. What I prefer to do is to wait until either the right items come around or maybe like the right timing comes around to purchase things. So, for example, like waiting for the San Francisco Pen Show, that's one thing. Or sales like the Superior Labor Sample sales, where they happen to have the pen case that I had wanted for almost 3 years now. And I thought, you know, it's no good. It's sold out everywhere. I'm just going to give up on it. And then it popped up in the sample sales. So I ended up getting it then. So things like that. Just really opportune moments that I am, you know, if I happen to keep an eye out for and things work out, then that is when I'm going to open my wallet for some of the fun stationery related things. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope, you know, at least the thought process was interesting. I also wanted to be honest about my updates and just share, you know, since the last update in April, what exactly I have spent my money on and what my thought processes were on, you know, each of these items and everything. So yeah, this was a really helpful exercise for me to jot down notes for this video and to really think through my own spending habits. And hopefully in 2025, I will be more effective in just, again, really buying things that I only absolutely love. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, take care. Bye.